So in this case, first of all, before we go into details, let's look at what we have. Okay, I have shared you the screen. Right. First of all, you should know the basic gates. There are three basic gates: OR gate, AND gate, and NOT gate. So O means Boolean addition, AND means Boolean multiplication, NOT we call complement. And when you combine this basic gate, you can create other gate. Now, for example, when you add OR gate and NOT gate, NOT and O, we call NO gate. Basically same OR gate, but you will have a small circle in front of it. Similarly, AND gate, we have this. And when you put a small circle, this will be NAND gate. So this is NAND. Right? In that case, now you can see the what we have, right? So what we have here is, right, the logic gates are, we can say NO gate. Yes, we have here NO gate. This is O and NOT, NO gate. And we have NAND gate, right? These are two NAND gates. Actually, we have one NO gate and two NAND gates. Okay, so let's move to the second one. Write down the relevant Boolean expression for set. Yes, those who are done at home, please type your answers quickly. Write down the relevant Boolean expression for set. Right now, let's see the answer for this one. Now we have to write the Boolean expression for set. So we know that when we have a line X, so this will be X and this will be Y. Right? I told you O means Boolean addition, you add, and NOT means bar. So basically we can say this is X plus Y bar, right? Isn't it? Plus XY plus X plus Y bar means NOT. Similarly, if you go through here, we will have X and this side we will have Y. Sorry, it should be other way around. This will be we have Y and this will be we have X. Doesn't matter. So this is multiplication. So we can say X dot Y bar, right? Or Y dot X bar, doesn't matter, right? You can write Y dot X bar, no problem, right? And finally, right, you will take this again, you multiply and take the bar. So which means X z is equal, one side we have X plus Y bar, right? And the other side we are getting this. So X dot, that means multiplication, Y bar. So in between what you are, again multiplication, right? So this is multiplication. So if you're kind of confusing, you can have brackets, right? So you multiply and then you have a total bar, right? Remember, total bar should be there. So in my case, if I'm typing it, since you are typing, so here is the correct answer, right? The set is, we have to have whole expression and we have to have dash. So I put that one first. And then within that, we will have X plus Y dash dot, then X dot Y dash. Should be like this. I can see some of your answers are correct. Imashi, you better have another bracket. Others, they want to check the answer. Usually we use dash for this. Right? Malidu also, you have to check the answer. Right? Because brackets are very important, right? Otherwise, you are not getting the same answer. Okay, from the truth table for set. Okay. Now, can you tell me how to put the truth table for set? Right? So here, I don't think I have space. So I'm taking something else. Yes, let's form the truth table for this, right? So the first thing is you have to identify the inputs. There are two inputs. When you have two inputs, how many outputs are there? When you have two inputs, how many outputs are there?
4.
It should be 4, right? Because X and Y, we have to have 4 output states, right? X and Y, we have to have 4 output states. Okay, let me take some space here, right? Okay, right. So the first one, we have to have X, that we know. Then we have to have Y, right? And then we need multiplications, right? So first of all, I will take X plus Y. Then I will take X plus Y bar, X plus Y bar. Okay. Similarly, next one, I'm going to get X dot Y. That is the second part of this. Then I will take X dot Y bar. Now that I have these two, I can have the final one. So I can have X plus Y dash, right? Dot X dot Y dash. And finally, I will get the complement to get set, right? Right. Now, the first one, we have 0, 0. Then we have 0, 1. Then we have 1, 0. Then we have 1 and 1, right? Let's try to fill. Now, when you have 0, 0, 0 plus 0, that is 0. That means the complement of 0 is 1. Then multiply, we have 0, right? The complement of 0 is 1, right? When you multiply X plus Y dash, X dot Y dash, that is 1 dot 1, this is 1, right? And complement of 1 is 0. Yes? Got it? Any issues? If you're kind of a confusing, I can draw the lines, right? So this is 1. Please bear with me about the lines. So these are the parts that I'm going to have. Right. So here are the, okay, right. Now that we have done, we'll quickly go through the right. Okay, I'll make the lines somewhere else. Otherwise, I cannot edit this. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. Now we'll add these two. So for example, X plus Y, 0 plus Y, that is 1. If that is 1, this becomes 0. Then multiplication, that will be 0, because 0 into 1, 0. The complement is then 1, right? Then when you multiply these, so 0 and 1, when you multiply, it becomes 0. That means finally, Z should be 1, right? Similarly, if you take X plus Y, that is 1, that means complement of 1, that is 0. When you multiply 1 and 0, this is 0. Complement is 1, right? So when you multiply 0 and 1, it becomes 0, which means Z is 1. Last one, when you have 1 and 1, 1 plus 1, this is binary. We have X plus Y is 1. If that is the case, we know the complement of 1, this is 0. Then multiplication is also 1. Complement is 0. So 0 into 0, that is 0. And the complement is 1. So the correct answer should be, should get 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay, those who have got this correct, can you raise your hands? If you have done it and your answer is correct. Okay, couple of them, good. Yeah. Anyway, this is from the exam, right? Okay, you can lower the hands. Others, do a lot of exercises. If you need more papers, please request, or else I can actually compile and send you. I will compile. I will compile the papers that I have and I will share with you. Is that okay? I hope, right? Okay, right. Then if X is 1 and Y is 0, okay, X is 1, Y is 0. So that means this one, right? So by going through this, we know right? We know that this is the one we need. So we can say that the output should be 1, isn't it? So the output we can say, right, it should be 1. How do you say 1? Because when you're going through this, whenever you have X is 1, Y is 0. So when you go through, Z should be 1. Okay, so I guess this is not that difficult compared to sometimes when you're getting questions. Right, part 2. Name 2 of the coding systems that are used to represent data in a computer. Right. What are the coding systems that we will use to represent data? Yes. We can have coding system, it's asked, right? Not the number systems. So we can have ASCII, right? We can have binary coded decimal, EBCDIC, and finally we can have Unicode, right? So those are like different ways of representing this. Right. B, convert 5e to its octal equivalent. Yes. How do you convert? When you have octal, hexadecimal to octal. So first step is you convert into binary and then go for, right, octal.
Then okay.
Yes. So in octal numbers, 5 can be represented as, we have to use 4 bits, right? And if you remember, we discussed these bit numbers earlier, right? Remember the bit numbers? We have 8, 4, 2, and 1. So 5 means we have to have 4 and 1.
0, 1, 0.
1, 0, 1. So 4 plus 1, 5. Then we have to have E. So what is E? 14, right?
1, 1, 1, 0.
Yes. So 14 means 8 plus 4, 12, plus 2, 14. So these are the two values. So we can say 5e we can represent as 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 1, 1, 0, right? So this is in binary. Now the next step is octal. Now octal means we have 3 digits. That means 4, 2, 1, isn't it? So we have to make a group of 3 bits. So if you take this one, right, you make it a group of 3 bits. So how do you make group of 3 bits? Yes. First of all, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay. We have to add 1, 0 to the beginning. 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. The last one is 1, 1, 0 in binary. So 1, 1, 0 means 1, 1 means 4 plus 2, that is 6.
6.
Then 1, 1, 1 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 6 in octal. It should be 136. Right. Those who got the correct answer at home, can you please raise your hands?
මැද 0 නේද එන්නේ 111 නෙමෙයි.
කොතනද පුතේ?
So ඒ තුනට කඩලා තියෙන තැන මැද 111 තියෙන 011.
මෙතන මම වරද්දලා තියෙන්නේ. පොඩි. So it should be 0101. It should be 01. This should be 0. Okay. 0101, then 1110. So make it the known as 001. Then this should be 0. Yes, true. Thanks. So 421. So 2 plus 1, that should be 3. So answer should be 1, 3, and 6. Thanks, Malindu. Okay, what is the most significant digit, at least significant digit for the number? Right. We have 4,5000. So how do you define most significant digit?
4.
Yes. So it should be having the largest value. So the 4 represent 4,000. So the largest value is this. So we can say that, okay, 4 is the most significant digit. Then least significant digit, which should not be
5.
Yeah. So although you have zeros, this is what we need to consider. Right? This is the least significant digit, which is the value is 0.5. Okay, right, good. So that is question number 2. Right, question number 3. Right. Answer the following questions about word processing software. If the word processing software related types are correct, you put the correct mark. Otherwise, you mark it as a cross, right? With the letter relevant to each sentence. A. In a word processing software, when we type the first letter, automatically it becomes capital. Reasons for it is spelling is gamma component. Yes, in a word processing software, when we type the first
Yes, that is true.
First letter, automatically it becomes capital. First letter. You have to read carefully. It says in word processing software, when we type first letter, automatically it becomes capital. Is it? Is it first letter or a first word?
First word.
Yeah, once you complete
It
the
is
word,
wrong.
isn't it? නේද? type කරලා ඉවරලා space කරපුවාම නේද ඒක capital වෙන්නේ. So it's not really first letter. So A is incorrect. B, replace command replaces the existing word with another word. Now there are find and replace. If you remember, we can find word and we can replace it some other, right? So the replace command replaces existing word with another word. Is it true or false? It's true, right?
True.
Right. So this is true. You cannot format words that are included in a table.
False.
Yeah, when you
Can.
have a word, you cannot format. Format means like you cannot bold, you cannot italics, you cannot put colors. No, you can, right? So which means this is incorrect. To format page orientation, use this tool. I think it's a incomplete, right? To format page orientation, use this tool, and the tool I cannot find. Can you find anything? So I cannot find anything here. Maybe, I don't know. I can check whether in the single paper, whether they have done it correctly, but this one we don't have. There's something missing here. So I'm not going to give you any answer for this. Right. Part 2, select the tools in the parentheses to match A to F specs given below. So what are the things we need to use to make this invitation? So how do you get this curved, letters using which one?
Word art.
Yes, this should be word art, right? A should be word art. So word art can be used to decorate your letters, right? Then what is B represents?
Center.
Exactly. So if you look at carefully all these sentences, the common is there are different formatting, but the common is they are center lined, right? We call center lined. Right? So that's B. Okay, can one of you tell me what is C is?
Italy.
Yes, you can see that there's a slant letters we call italics. Right. D,
Underline.
is it only underline?
Bold.
Yeah, you can have both bold and underline. E, so E represents what?
Watermark.
Yeah, it's not watermark. This is simply, you can say it's an image, or maybe we can say picture, right? So we can have pictures, it says. So that's what you have used here. F,
Right indentation.
yes, we don't have two things. If you are thinking of write in according to my answer, it could be write a line, or you can even think of write indentation as well. So depend on person who wants this, right? So in my case, it could be either write a line. Even when you write a line, you get this way of representation, or write indentation. So my answer is write a line. So both could be taken as the correct answers. Okay. Question number 3, part 3. We have to fill the spaces. Yes. Can you spend some time on answering this? Okay. So let's start discussing this one. Consider the following presentation software. Select appropriate keyword to fill the blank. Madhushan, the view shows the entire screen as an electronic presentation. So which one we have to use for entire screen as a presentation? So we know that it should be, yes, yes, when you want to present it, we call slide show.
Sure.
File extension used as when saving an electronic presentation. So what is the extension?
PPT.
Yes, it should be .ppt. The newer versions, it's .pptx. Make a note of this. Old version we have ppt, but the newer version we have pptx. Right. When updating a new slide, right, which one we need to use? We know Control C for
Control
update.
plus C.
Yeah, Control plus C means copy.
Copy.
Then Control V is
Paste.
Control N means new
New.
present, not a new slide. So the
New page.
slide is Control plus M. It should be Control plus M. Try this, right? Control plus M give you new slide. The last one, an image in a slide to move the image of the slide from left to right to full
Animation.
we have to use,
Animation.
yes, it should be animation. Yes, if you are correct, you can put 0.5 for all these. Altogether, you are getting 2 marks for this question. Right. Let's move to the next one. Now, in this one, we have given a spreadsheet, right? It shows mark analysis. 3 subject of students in Nilwala Mahavidyalaya. Answer the following questions. There are 3 subjects, total marks, average marks of the first term. Second term, yes, average marks of second term. Highest average rank, okay. Highest average mark. Right. What do you mean by highest average mark? Let's see. Right. Then marks for practical tests, first term, second terms. Right. Now let's say the first one. What formula should be included in E5? Yes, E5, E5. So here, right? So let me have E5. So we have E, this is 5, right? That means here, right? E5. What formula should be included in E5 cell to calculate the total score obtained by Amal in the first term? This is incorrect, isn't it? E5 nang එන්න ඕනේ මොකද්ද? Yes, Renosa, right? E5. Okay, so let's look at what formula should be included in E5 to calculate the total score obtained by Amal in the first term. Right, this formula can be used to calculate marks of other students. Right, first term total marks, that is we have 3 subjects. What are the 3 subjects? We have this, we have to this, and we have to have this. So we have to have B5, C5, D5. So this part we have to get using some function. That part we can take, right? So the right now, if you look carefully here, 6, 6, 6, it's 18. 1, that means 5, 5, 10, 13, 14. 148 we have. Plus, we have to add this one, isn't it? To get this 233, just check. When calculating total marks and average marks in each term, the relevant practical marks also are added. Yes. So we have to add these one. So we have to add these 3 plus this one. So that's how we have to write. Okay. So simply we can say like this. So we'll take this. We can say first 3 marks, that is B5 plus C5 plus D5 plus the practical marks, that is AB, B12, right? So this is how it should be. Should be B12. But only problem is you have to copy the other places as well. For example, if you copy this formula to this one, if you type B12, it becomes B13, isn't it? So we have to fix the row, right? We have to fix the row. So to fix the row, we have to put a dollar, right? We have to put a dollar here, because with the dollar, right, we will not allow change in the row. කොට මෙතන අපි පල්ලෙහාට කොපි කරොත් පුතේ මේක වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මෙතනම තමයි තියෙන්නේ. 12 මාරු වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ පල්ලෙහාට අපි එක පේලිය පල්ලෙහාට ගියොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? මේක B5 B6 වෙනවා. C5 C6 වෙනවා. D5 D6 වෙනවා. හැබැයි P12 වෙනස් වෙන්නේ 12 ඉස්සරෙන් 12 එක තිබ්බොත්. So this is one answer. Then මේක පුළුවන් අර මුල තුනට ඕන sum දාලා, right? We can say sum B5 to D5 plus B$12, right? So these are the 2 possible answers. There are many other answers you can come up with, but this is one way to do this. Right. The second question, second part, average. So we have to average out all these, right? So one thing is, if you are using this very same things, you can get this simply, right? We can get this B5 thing plus C5 plus D5 plus B dollar 12, sorry, $12, and you can divide by 4. That is one way to write. Or else we can say average. We can say B5 to D5 and B dollar 12, right? Make a note of these. So you can have both, right? When you're looking at average, you just get the total and divide by the number of elements, isn't it? Right, third one. Can you give me the answer for the third one? Those who finished, share your answer in the chat. O to K8. Yes. So what happened when you copy the next one? It will go for K5 to K5, sorry, F5 to F9, K5 to K9. Since you don't have any other values, you are getting correct answer. But I think there's something, I feel like there's something wrong here. But anyway, I mean, that's a question, so I can't argue on this. So let's move on to question number 4. Yes, can you send me the answers? The spreadsheet uses graph to show the student talents. In the above sheet, write more suitable chart type following average of both terms of students. Yes. What are the chart types we can have? Yes, we can have column charts, isn't it? And bar charts, isn't it? Column charts, bar charts. Right. If they do not use a pie chart, what is the reason for it? Yes. When are we going to use pie charts? Yes. The reason is pie charts are used right? The value as percentages. Remember? Yes. So pie charts are used to represent the relative sizes, right? We can say relative sizes or percentages. Represent relative sizes or percentage of the slices, right? Right. Fifth one, it's a direct question. What are the benefits of using spreadsheet software? Yes. Can you tell me why we have to use?
Can we see?
Yes. So we
Complete.
calculating simple to complex. You can basically solve problems, right? Select data smartly, right? Secure, um, use of username and password for use of password easy. Password for security, right? So these are the answers. Okay, so let's quickly go to question number 5. Right. Question number 5. Asli, a bakehouse is well-known business that supplies bun to school canteens. The buns are supplied in several schools in their outlets, and they keep a database to get information on the sales of cafeteria daily. Right? We have item table, we have school table, we have sales table. Right? So we have fish bun, egg bun, vegetable bun. Okay, getting hungry. We should not talk about these food items, isn't it? Right. Define primary key and list of two primary key field as examples, or they are represented in table names in the above database. Okay, what are the primary keys for item table? Define the primary key first. Yes. What is primary key? Yes. A field or set of fields that can be used to uniquely 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 identify, right? A field or set of fields that can be used to uniquely identify each of the records, each of the records in a table, right? So it should be unique, each of the table. So if you take item table, yes, item table, we can say
item number.
item, yes, item number. Okay, so the second one, school table,
School ID.
school table, the primary key is SCH ID, school ID. Last one, third table, sales table. Can we take the date?
Item number plus school.
Item number per school ID. What about some schools? They are getting the same things in all the other days as well, right? I think item number and school ID will not enough. I think the date should also be there. So in that particular case, for the sales ID, it's a composite key. We have to have date. We have to have item number. Right? And then we have to have school ID. So we have to have everything. So I'll take this to the next slide. Right? So that should be the third one. Right. Write down the foreign key with the corresponding table name. Okay, what are the foreign keys? First of all, define what is a foreign key. How do you define which one is a foreign key? Yes. So to claim as a foreign key, the field should be the same in two relations. And then this relation should connect how do you say this? Right. So let's start from the beginning. Now what we want to do here is like foreign keys. In foreign keys, the field should be the same. And then field should connect to the other table's primary key. Okay, so this is important, right? Right now we have identified primary key. So we have item number, right? We have school ID. We have composite attribute like covering all these three. Right, now foreign key, you have to have the common, right? Dates is not common, but item number is common with this. And then if you look at whether this is connected, the primary key of this is yes. So there will be a connection from here to here. So that means this is a foreign key. Similarly, school ID is also common with this. So, and then you are connecting the primary key of this, right? Again, it's direct. So this is also foreign key. Item numbers, item prices, school names are nothing to do with the sales, right? So there are two foreign keys, right? How do you write the two foreign keys? Right. Foreign keys. So there are two foreign keys. First one, item number in the sales table. Then school ID. So there are two foreign keys in this database. So we can have in sales table, we have the school ID as well as item number. They are the foreign keys. Right. Let's move to the next question. Telephone numbers in school canteen have to enter in the database. What table is appropriate to include it and write down the appropriate data type. Right? Telephone numbers in the school canteen have to be entered in the database. Right? School canteens. So that should be included in the school, isn't it? And what is the format? It should be text format, isn't it? We have to say text format. Right? So the first answer for this is we can say right. So the first one is what we have to say is the school table. Right? Right. That's the answer for the first one. And then what is the answer? What table is appropriate to include it? Write down the appropriate data type. So the data type is text data type. Right. Fourth one, Asliya Bakehouse has sold 200 egg buns to Gamono School. Right. What should be updated here? Right. So that's about the foreign keys that we have done. Right. Then we have discussed telephone numbers. How do you put in this school? And then Asliya Bakers, which of the above tables should be updated here? So again, one thing is we have to add the details of the school in the school table, isn't it? So we can simply say school. Right? Now for that, we don't have school details. Yeah, we have Gambul. Which of the bulb should be updated here? We can say school table, right? So we can include it, right? Here we can include it, all the three. Right? First one, we can say school table. And in school table, we can include the new. We can say 004. Yes, that is the next number. And then the school name, right? Right? The last one in by B part, it's not last one. B for update, cite and update a row of relevant table with corresponding table names. Right? So what we need to do is 200 egg buns. So that information should be there. So the sales table, right? We can say sales table. Right? Now what we need to put is the date. What is the date? 25th. So the data that we have put is 2020 125. So that's the date. So the code is B002. So that's the order. For Igban, it's B002. B002. So the item is S004. So it's 200. Last one. When creating and maintaining database, minimizing data redundancy is an important factor. Write down how data redundancy can be minimized. Just under that, we can say same data is stored in multiple tables is known as data redundancy. Same data stored in multiple tables, that's data redundancy. So to minimize redundancy, as we did earlier, we can say that you can minimize the number of students who participate this one and so on. You don't have to include everything. Okay, පස්වෙනි question එකට වෙනකන් කරත් පුතේ 6 වෙනි එක විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. එහෙනම් ඒක ඔයගොල්ලෝ තනියම කරලා මට එවන්න. ඒ පුතාලගේ මං උත්තර වලට අදාළව යන්න. ආන්සර් එකක් බලන්න. හරි පුතේ එහෙනම් අපි අදට
word processing වල indexing කියන්නේ මොකද්ද?
right indexing කියලා කියන්නේ අපි speed up කරන එකක්. සාමාන්‍ය index කියන්නේ එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි සාමාන්‍ය indexing කියලා කියනවා කොහොමද කියන්නේ ස්ථානයක් දෙන්න right උදාහරණයක් විදිහට අපි කිව්වොත් අපිට ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් එකක් දෙන්න පුළුවන් පොත්වල තියෙන ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් කියලා එකක් ඒ කියන්නේ අපි මොන හරි දෙයක් හොයනකොට ඒක තියෙන තැන දෙන්නේ ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් එකකින්. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි හිතමු මොන හරි පොතක අපි හිතනවා වචනයක් තියෙනවා ඒ කියලා. ඒ වචනේ තියෙන ડોකියුමන්ට්ස් කීපයක් තියෙනවනම් අපිට ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් එකක් හදලා පිටුව අන්තිමේදී පෙන්නන්න පුළුවන්. නේද? මොන පිටු වලද මේක සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ කියලා.
So indexing කියන ෆන්ක්ෂන් එක word processing වල essential එකක් නෙවෙයි නේද?
නෑ. සාමාන්‍ය ෆන්ක්ෂන්ස් පාවිච්චි කරලා අඩුයි. අතරම කියන word වල Google Docs වල තාම බෑ. word වල නම් අපි excel function ටි limitedly අපිට apply කරන්න පුළුවන්. right? limitedly අපිට ඉවර කරන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි